Aho me takoyase. Adgedename, jugadgedename, satgedename, siddigududevename, adgedename, jugadgedename, satgedename, siddigududevename, adgedename, jugadgedename, Satgudename, Siddhigudevename. May the blessings of this day, in this most sacred way, serve your intention to step into the frequency, the vibration, and allow the chatter to drop, the wisdom to arrive, and the willingness to surrender into what every day needs to be International Day for Women. This day, on Saturday, what will you do? How will you participate in doing the no thing and just being in the sanctuary, bathing, anointing, taking care of yourself, self-care, empathy, acknowledgement for you. For thou, this heartbeat with this gong, allow it to be in silence and hear. Divine Mother, Shakti, Divine Ancestors, Indigenous, we call upon you in ceremony today, in offering our willingness to love, to trust, to love, to reunite as the original wisdom keeper. You, yourselves, your beauty, your grace. We welcome all ladies and gents into this sacred space today, as we are the mother of all movements, the founding mothers. And we are looking inside today in ceremony to meet and greet. My name is Karuna. I'm in the peace room as an original founding mother. I hold the totem of the snake in this auspicious lunar new year of the wood snake. May we activate the Ida, the Pingula that runs up the spine with this integration today. And may we look at health and wellness and self-care. We welcome Candace to open our circle today. Welcome, dear brown bear. Welcome.
Miigwech. Thank you for inviting me to the Sacred Healing Circle. I'm honored to be with you all. And when I heard your words, my sister, and the gong, and it's like ancient. I feel like we've all known each other before and we've come together now. I'm going to begin. My name again is Osawasiskuyu, Brown Bear Woman. I'm going to share a smudge. A few years ago, I was guided by a grandmother cave bear that me and there were 16 bear healers released in France in 2008. And she's one of my helpers. And she came to me a couple of years ago and said, this is two of the medicines that the women need right now. And one is mugwort, artemisia, and diamond willow. And so I've been teaching women. So I'm going to use these medicines. Now, even though I am physically here with these medicines, when I pray, the spirit of those two medicines will go to each of you and to the women, all the women, especially the women like ourselves that are healers and empaths, and we feel things. So this is like a protection. So I'm going to light this smudge myself, and then I'm going to share a little opening prayer to bring this circle together, this sacred circle, and then I'm going to share one song on my drum, and it's the bear song. And I have in this shell, I have my sage, the mugwort, and the diamond willow. And again, the smudging honors the four elements and is a way to cleanse our spirit. And as I say at this time, it's connecting to the spirit of these ancient plants that are here on our mother and they want to help us. And this is their way of helping us. So as I smudge and I'm connecting to the spirit of this eagle, I'm from the Migizi Dudum, which is the Golden Eagle clan, and thank the Eagle Nation to be with us. I'm just going to take this sacred smoke to my eyes so I see the good in everyone, and my mind to have good and positive thoughts, and my ears to hear the good in people, and my mouth to be mindful, to speak good words, and my heart to be loving, to be kind, to my arms and to my legs to walk strong. And usually I do my feet, and that's to walk gently on our Mother Earth. So I'm going to let this medicine burn. And as I say, I know that the spirit of these medicines, the diamond willow, is a grandmother medicine. And it's a medicine that I was guided to burn just when we went into the cave in the Pyrenees in France to release the grandmother cave bear. And that was in 2008. And I had this one piece of diamond willow and I smudged all the sisters and brothers and we went in. And I found out later it's a grandmother medicine. Okay. So I'm going to put this aside and keep it burning. And then I'm going to share a song. And this is the bear song. I'm part Anishinaabe and part Nehio. And this is the Anishinaabe bear song. Now, the bear is connected to the women. Throughout my journey, many women, when I've been overseas in different places, they'll dream of bears before they meet me. And then they get scared because the bear's in their dream. And I said, the bear has come to give you your strength because the bear around the world, I call her the medicine bear. She's who has taught us the medicines and the foods. Because as women around the world, you know, we were the healers, the doctors, the nurses, the midwives. We all lived in community, and that's what we're bringing back with Founding Mothers movement, is bringing that community back globally and using technology at the same time. So the last time I sang this song publicly was in Mongolia. They had the first international, my sister, Odama, put this gathering on. I was the only sister woman from this side, from the Americas. We had over 200 medicine women and men from that side. And I got to sing this song. And so as they say, the bear, it is time for the women, right? And I pray that this song, I'm going to sing it 4 times, will lift up your spirit. And if you need healing, because remember, the bear is about healing, but it also gives us strength. And if you know of someone that maybe needs healing, then you can think about them as I sing this. And again, I'm singing 4 times to honor the 4 directions. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but you'll hear me singing, so it's all good, and I am trying. Okay. Way ah, way ah, way ah, way ah, way away. Way ah, way ah, ho, way ah, way ah, ho, Yahweh away. Yahweh away. Yahweh away. Yahweh away. Yahweh away. Manitou mikwa. Mami ako say. Manitou mikwa. Shanam. Way up, way up, way up, way up, oh, Yahweh, away. Way up, way up, oh, way up, way up, Yahweh, away. Yahweh, away. Yahweh, away. Yahweh, 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 Manitou, Mikwa, Amina, Kosei, Manitou, Mikwa, Yeshua, Shana, Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Way ah, way ah, ho, way ah, way ah, Yahweh, away, Yahweh, away, Yahweh, away, Yahweh, away, Yahweh, away, Manitou, Mikwa, Mami, Nakose. Manitou, Mikwa, Oh, patient Shana. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Manitou, Mikwa, Mamina, Kosei. Manitou, Mikwa, Patient, Oh, Miigwech. I'm going to say, I'll do a little prayer for all of us. Oh, Buju, Kichimani Shawana Mishanam Chimagwich. This is your granddaughter, Osawasisku, speaking to you today. I'm very honored, great spirits, Kichimani for being in this sacred circle with these beautiful women. This special time, this short time we have of healing. So I ask, great spirits, our ancestors to be with us and to bless each and every one of the sisters in this sacred circle today. And for the sisters that created this circle, a blessing to them. And we want to acknowledge at this time our mother who is enduring a lot. She's also, letting us know that she needs help. And it's only we, the life givers, that can do that. And so I want to acknowledge the relatives that we share this beautiful planet with, the plants, the animals, the birds, the fish, the insects, the elementals, all the relatives that have graciously allowed us human beings to be here, but they're all waiting for us, the women, the life givers, the women that are connected through our wombs, through our blood, even if we're not bleeding anymore. So we thank you for coming together today and also to acknowledge International Women's Day. I pray, I know we'll all be doing things in our own way, but to please bring all the women together, the youth, the young women, the women, and the grandmothers, the crones. So I thank you for this sacred time together and that each of us is blessed in a good way in your families and your children. And we know we're doing all this for the 7 generations because we all want peace and we will have peace. So with that, I say, aho, all my relations. Osea, aho.
Aho, me tako yase, beloved sisters and brother who is here as well. We honor you, we thank you, and we take these 4 directions to the east. We let our mind rest in this peace, and to the south we allow the emotions and commotions to draw us into the devotions, and to the west our physical body, that we keep her healthy, happy, and holy, and to the north the great star, the one, the spirit that comes from the heart, the center of us all. May we feel the thou and thank our brown bear wisdom today that opens the circle in prayer. Thank you, dear. Thank you all. Thank you, Diana. We welcome you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I would like to open with a prayer to Sophia, the Holy Mother Sophia, who is also connected to the bear constellation, the mother. Holy Mother Sophia, teach me to open my mind to critical thinking and be cognizant of the deception that we see. Help open me to higher wisdom and the spiritual maturity to recognize what I am witnessing while keeping my empathy and my humanity intact. Show me how to keep my feet on the ground and my hands covered in soil as I answer the call. Allow me the humility to ask myself, what is mine to do, and the courage to do that. Give me the perseverance to keep my voice resonating with yours, Mother, even when it shakes. May the spirit of the Mother be in me. May the spirit of the Mother be as me. May the spirit of the Mother be in me. May the spirit of the Mother be as me. May the spirit of the Mother be in me, and may the spirit of the Mother be as me. As a birth and death doula, a mystic and a spiritual healer, and one of the voices among many for the Mother in all her forms. Empathy is our superpower as women. Our power is our softness. different but no less powerful than a man's. I heard a statement a few days ago where someone who is in a position of great influence that said that empathy is a bug in the human system. I do believe that empathy is not only, of course, in women, but it is one of the real powerful feminine traits. And I think it's really important for us to nurture that at this time, even as it becomes, there is an attempt, at least, I think, to marginalize the feminine and the feminine strengths and qualities. So one of the things we are going to go through a series of questions, and we're going to be journaling. So the question on empathy is, how do we as women and men maintain and strengthen this critical superpower within us, even as it seems to be sidelined and even viewed as a flaw? That's the first thing. The second that we will be looking at is acknowledging the ways in which our society was built and continues to operate on inequality of women and people of color, and how that undermines all of our humanity. So the question for journaling there is, how can we address our need to acknowledge our history, the painful part of our history, and begin a true healing process for ourselves and our human family? And the third is, in this time that is so challenging in so many ways, how do we practice self-care? As wise women, as elders, as matriarchs, we are called to serve selflessly, but how can we tend to our souls so that the Spirit runs through us really clearly? What do we do for ourselves to make ourselves that hollow bone? So I think there's a lot here for us to consider and to journal. And then we will be coming back, right, to have a discussion. Karuna, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And we'll go into the spaciousness of quiet with the gong to enhance the frequency of what one is delivering to. And thank you, Diana. Thank you. Really, thank you so much. I acknowledge your prayer and the conversation to deepen the familiarity of our words together so they don't come so un, 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 unspoken and unheard. They're spoken, they're heard, they're arriving. So we encourage you to bring a journal to these sessions and write these and attempt to answer these questions so that then you can share them in an open mic. So we'll give you 8 minutes. Does that sound great? 8 is a frequency of the prana, the breath, and we'll have you go in and then we'll share. We'll open the chat room. So that's how we'll do it. And I've written the questions in the chat in case you have a question about that. Always please just ask the question. Open up And thank you so much. And Laura, thank you for coming and joining us and putting all the links in this chat for us to attend to the petitions and what the founding mothers are offering for these next, even this evening, there's a gathering with Laura and Anadea and onward. So we'll put everything in the chat, but for now, please journal, and I'll play the gong lightly, and enjoy this moment. Thank you, Diana. And then you'll bring them back in 8 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
everybody in breakout rooms? Is that what's happening, Karuna?
Yes, yes, we're still sitting in silence, but it looks like we've lost
Okay.
Diana. So I will continue to ask people to now start coming back into the room and sharing your journal. You're answering the questions, the three questions, and we have a few minutes to do this. So please, if you'd like, you can raise your hand, and we can, if you could bring me back into gallery view, that would be wonderful.
When they come back, Karuna, you can let them know that I put everything in the chat.
Yes, I did say you were doing that. Thank you so much, Laura
Sure.
George. Thank you. So lovely to have you here today. This is great. So as we're coming back into the room, please do use the chat and raise your hand, and we will go person by darling, and come forth. Come forth. Just to let you know, our beloved Laura George has put everything in the chat. So you can go over to the chat and see that this Saturday is Women's Day, and the Founding Mothers have much to share with you. There's the fun list of nonviolent direct action ideas, and there's a link for that. If you please have a look at that and copy that by just going up to the three dots on top where the chat is. You can save the chat. Second is to read and sign our petition, very important for universal women's rights. And the third is our video of the Her Story of International Women's Day. So you can share those with all your friends. And the fourth is join us on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Zoom party. We'll dance. We'll go. We'll get in there, and we'll talk about and share about the March 8th. And what to do, what we'll share what you did on International Women's Day, and we'll also share what you're about to begin with your circles and how you can reunite and bring people forth together and join the Founding Mothers movement. So remember that the participant is our first campaign. It's our weekly worldwide Wednesdays where we go out at 12 noon and make some noise and chant and play the drum. And yesterday I got to be with a little lad, just 1.5 years old, and we were ice skating and singing and chanting, and it was just the perfect time to go out. And that was so much fun. So does anyone want to jump in and share and share the three questions? What resonated with you? And even Candace, Diana, anybody, Laura, anybody. Oh, great. Hi, Christy. Please do. Please share.
Hi. Thank you so much for this very sweet, nourishing medicine this morning. So I was reminded, the question I was responding to was, how do we remember our superpower? And I love the practice from the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. It says, take inspiration from the manifestation of our true nature. When I remember my true nature, the love that I am, the peace that I am, the joy that I am, this memory of these times where I felt inspired leaves me feeling loving, leaves me feeling peaceful, leaves me feeling joyful. And then I walk forth as the presence being in harmony. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy.
Very beautiful. Thank you.
And Laura, there's a request for you to repost all the links that you shared. Apparently, when people went off to journal, somehow it got lost in the mix. I have mine here on this chat, but please, if you could repost, thank you so much. There's been some requests for those from Jane and from Juliet. I see Candace is keeping the fire burning for us ladies. Come on out. Come and share.
Ah,
Um, yeah, that was so beautiful what you just shared, Christy. And I think that probably all of us realize that it's only by going within that we can get this nourishment and that we can keep that connection going. If we get lost in the outer noise and circus out there, that only distracts us. So it's an inward process. The second one really interests me because I think that I think it's a time, actually, I felt, I mean, this, of course, everybody, but for me, I think it's really a time to, in fact, not engage at all with our painful history and past. In fact, it's a time to dissolve it, allow it to be completely dissolved and transmuted. Because I think when we go back into the stories, it pulls on our heartstrings and it gets us distracted. And many, many stories have happened throughout time, and we've probably been in many different positions in those stories, but that the stories now no longer really matter so much because they hold you to karma. And I think that it's a time to release ourselves from karma, from all of the stories, and allow them to have been what they've been, because it's nothing to do with us now. We're moving on to a completely different phase, and allow those to be transmuted into this new time that is beyond being pulled or attached into stories, that is attached to our bodily manifestation on the planet. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Juliet. I think, Diana, we could talk a little bit about how we came up with revising the question around wounding, what Juliet has.
Great, great.
If you'd like to.
Right. So we did have a conversation about this when we were planning. So the wounded word was switched out for acknowledging. Just sitting with that, just because I do believe that our history is part of where we are today. And so in an effort to cleanse the altars of our hearts, it's just acknowledging it. We don't have to dwell on it, but just acknowledging that, this is what has been, and we're clearing the altars of our heart now and moving forward. So that's in the that was the spirit, I'll say, that in which I was talking, mentioned that question came up for me. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Did I see your hand go up, Candace?
Thank you, Miigwech. Just sharing what the first sister had shared about being, in the present, the past. And I agree. And I think this is a time of cleansing. And what came to mind was when we were in the Pyrenees and we were doing this healing work. Well, first healing ourselves as bear healers, but there was a little sacred temple outside of the house. And the woman who was heading everything up, she said, this sacred little temple has been turned upside down. And she talked about flipping it up and healing that space. And so I think that we've all done, I think in our own way, probably around the world, we've been doing this work, getting ready for now. And what do they say? being in the present is where peace is. And as our sister Diana said about, we had talked the other day about the wounded and acknowledging these situations that certain people, certain women find themselves living in at this time, that is their reality, but they're willing to look beyond it and are beginning to really say, we need to come together, not just Indigenous women, Native women of Turtle Island, all women. And so they're seeing it. And I know, as I've shared before, being involved with Founding Mothers movement and bringing our sisters more in to be nurtured, like as our sister said earlier about, as women, the soft power, and that's our gift, is nurturing. And that's what these sisters need right now, is that those arms, that nurturing. You're not alone. And that's when I come to a circle like today. I'm going to have my meeting tonight, and I'll be sharing with the sisters what happened today, and encourage more of them to come to this healing room and know they're not alone. And that's my work, is letting them know we're not alone. So I just wanted to share that. Yeah.
Thank you, Candace. And yes, that's that's where I was working to get to, and I think we all work together to come up to that place, so that women don't feel isolated and alone at this time, that may still be experiencing, or these things that are happening. Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. Thank you.
And our beautiful Molly has just written, thank you so much for this gathering. So I thank you all so much. And she's written, I appreciate your good work and intentions. A book by Hilary Giovale, Becoming a Good Relative, calling white settlers toward truth, healing, and repair. And isn't that our statement, Laura? Isn't that what the Founding Mothers is bringing in? This truth, this light, this end of this war. Do you want to speak a little and share with us? We're so grateful you're here with us.
Well, I'm happy to have been able to jump in the shower and get here before the next meeting. Oh my God, this ceremony is such an elemental part of Founding Mothers movement. Our goal from inception has been to ensure that everything we do looks different, feels different, comes from the heart. The only hope we have in this ongoing coup is to unify in a way that's not been done before. Frankly, what we're attempting to do has never been even attempted before, let alone achieved. So that's why when we craft our campaigns in particular, we're so careful with our language. The weekly worldwide wake up. I mean, what could be better than waking the world up? And even this Saturday, what we put together, they're just such fun, creative, non-cooperation ideas. So why we're still asking people to non-cooperate on Saturday. It's not like walk down the street with a poster. It's put your heart and soul into it, because we are literally on the cusp of a paradigm shift the world hasn't seen for 2,000 years. And I unfortunately need to remind people, the last time we went through a paradigm shift of this magnitude, the Roman Empire fell, and we went into 1,000 years of darkness. So we have our Muslim brothers and sisters to thank for keeping history alive and geometry and what we had learned to date of medicine, because Christendom went into the Dark Ages and we didn't see the light again until the Renaissance in the 1500s. So please don't take for granted that shifts always are evolutionary in that regard. We really need to ensure this paradigm shift is the beautiful vision that we all hold, and women in particular need to stay strong, ensure that we don't allow fear to creep in, and just come from all the ways mothers love. Mothers aren't always nurturing in the sense of the answer is yes, I'll take care of you. Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it's fierce love, right? Because we have to protect our young, we have to protect our cultures. And we each have a different superpower. Someone used that word about 10 minutes ago, and I love that word because we each do have a different superpower, right? And so I think, the wisdom of the ages in each one of our lives is playing to our strengths, knowing what we bring to the table, which is as unique as our thumbprint. And I'll just close by saying, again, back to this ceremonial time, it's just critical that we maintain alignment. And the reason we chose as our motto, truth, love, and light, is because truth is absolutely under assault. Love is even being mischaracterized now in ethnocentric ways that encourage people to circle the wagons rather than broaden their circle of love. And then obviously, we all need to follow the light. So thank you, Corona, for giving me a couple minutes. It's an honor to be with you all.
Such an honor. We've developed and we've birthed the Founding Mothers movement in 9 months. It was absolutely divinely allowed to birth itself and bring this child, this baby, this innocence, this love forward through each of our wombs.
You know what's really fun now that you say that? The Founding Mothers Commission lasted 9 months. Then we birthed the Founding Mothers Movement. And this last 9th Congress marked yet another 9-month milestone, which is so significant for us, right? That's our gestation period. And that was the end of all of our sort of pillar documents, foundational level preparations. We are in full movement mode now, ladies. We're starting the next 9 months of Founding Mothers Movement. Let's birth something even bigger.
Wow.
And it's so exciting, everyone. Please join us. We have a beautiful village called Volunteer Village. How great is that? VV, V for victory. Put your
Yes.
arms up and take in this victory. All of us, bring your. So, ladies, we have an arc line around our chest. Bring her forward, press her up, and bring in this victorious time in which, as Juliet reminded us, we don't go back. We go forward, but we stay present and we stay alive. And that's why we brought up self-care today in the ceremony. It's not necessarily only healing, it's activating so we can healthily take care of ourselves and walk this red road, as grandmother Ejna reminds us. And we're bringing Ejna back next month, and she is in ceremony, getting ready for big ceremony in the Yucatan, where many indigenous are gathering. We're bringing so much youth, so much of the wisdom of the young, the innocence, the purity back into, and front and center. We need every one of us. We need every one of us to join hands and hold this mudra and bring in this Venus lock. Just take your hands and bring your left thumb over your right and just lock it in and find that heart and feel that thou, thou, thou in every drum beat that Candace gave us to initiate ourselves. We don't look outside of the beautiful joy that lives in a healthy, happy, wholesome body, mind, spirit. We grow together. And as beautiful as it is that we're birthing this, and we birthed it, and now we're moving into these circles, and you're bringing your grace forward, you're weaving in your circle, outside of this circle, inside of the center, all of your wisdom and grace. And we need all your ideas. We need everyone to show up at the volunteer village and unite. So come join us with all these offerings over the weekend. Get to know us if you haven't met us before, because we're one, we're calling. You know, the Persians, they have this thing, the women, because they didn't have cell phones back in the day. So what did they do? Does anyone know? They
They-
clucked. So they
Yeah.
come out their window and they go. And why the tongue? Because how do you use this tongue with kindness and compassion? The tip of the tongue, try it. And it releases the jaw. And there was this sound current of this clucking that brought us together, all of us women together. Feel this beauty and this grace today. Feel this ceremony. And Candace, my dear sister, bringing us back into the sacred, sacred prayer as we hold this mudra of Venus lock, as we take this mudra up into bringing our ancestors and lifting us for the 7 generations you mentioned, to the 7 generations that come. Lift your heart and feel the groundedness from lifting your heart. It's not that, yes, we're in an air tattva right now in 2025, but we're going to 2026 and onward. So we're setting ourselves up. And Candace, if you put the original sound for musicians on your computer to on, we'll hear your drum. So you just switch it. It's up in the upper right-hand corner of your computer. It should be there, and you just turn it on. We'll hear your drum. Oh, you're on mute, dear one. You're on mute. There you go.
Is that the view up in the right where it says
Yes.
view?
It
Okay,
says,
so
yes.
and what do I press?
So next to the view, you see
Yeah.
original sound for musicians.
Mm,
Okay, never the mind. Don't worry.
oh,
Don't worry.
darn.
It's all good.
Okay,
We'll just hear your beautiful chanting, and
okay.
we'll
I'm
close
up.
our ceremony with your prayer.
Okay,
Thank
and
you
I'm
for
going
joining
to
us today.
share a prayer, but I just wanted to share quickly my drum. This was made for me in 1999 by 2 sisters, and it is my medicine, but I wanted to show you Venus. Venus got put on here after I was at the Gathering of the Eagles in 2011. A Hopi brother came to me and said, "You need to start praying to Venus, to her aspect of love." So that's when that got put on there. And the snake, I had to wait because these relatives came in my dreams and they said, "Wait for the snake." And I had to wait and have a dream before I could put her on. It took 13 years to realize what the snake meant. And this is the year of the snake. I work with the snake medicine, the copper and the milk thistle. So I just wanted to share that and I'll say a few words, okay?
And so, if I may just remind everyone, we took Venus lock to close the circle today. So the left thumb over the right for ladies and right thumb over the left for gents. And you hold and you feel that little natural bone separation. You press into that. You bring your heels of your hands together and you place this Venus lock right there, and feel this sacred snake that's at the tip of your tailbone. She's called Mata Kundalini, and she's raising her energy. So please let us pray, Candace.
O Buju Miigwech, to grandmothers, to our grandfathers, to our kookums, our mushums, Sila Sisla, thank you. To all our relatives, to the stars, to the planets, to the sacred feminine, to the sacred snake, to all of the beautiful sisters that are here on this, this time in this sacred circle. We just, so many beautiful things are going on. We just ask that you bless each and every one of us and give us a strength to walk forward and be strong and use our voices as we always have, and in a soft but powerful way. The men are waiting for us. The world is waiting for us. And we're ready, but we're not alone. We're all together, hand in hand. So I ask, Great Spirit and our Mother, to watch over us, as we move forward after this day today and we continue our medicine work, our healing work, our spiritual work to bring to the people. So I ask that you bless each and every one of us in this circle and our families today. So with that, I say, aho, all my relations, OCM. Oh. Oh.
Aho. Aho. Me takayase. May peace prevail. May we remember we are we. We are one. We are united and we are here to serve you. Always, in all ways. Join us. We love all and every bit of your creativity. Blessings to everyone on this call, out there in Facebook world. We see you, we feel your energy, and we're united. And thank you all. Thank you. Satnam and blessings.
Yes.
Aho.
Thank you.
And
Skeenan. Peace to you all.
Yes.
Aho, Mitch.
I'm happy to stay on for, we have a couple more minutes if anybody would like to add or ask a question. We've got Diana here, we've got even Laura here, if we get her for a minute. And we if you'd like to ask a question about founding mothers, please, while we have Laura to answer your questions.
Got 2 minutes before my meeting. We got campaigns meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah. If there's any questions, yeah.
go ahead. Thank you, Lori C. Many blessings, be peace. Thank you, Juliet. Much love. I know you've just come back from Kenya. Thank you for making this work for your schedule today.
Yeah, I would just add if you haven't registered yet, you can register as a world citizen individually and get our newsletter. And then if you represent a group and want to join as a partner, there's also a portal to join as a partner, which then qualifies you to get into the Women's Congress, which meets every month. So that's where that's sort of our coordination hub for the movement. So we'd love to have more of you there. The wisdom of the group is what we're seeking. Yeah.
Thank you for making time for us today.
Yes.
And Carla, welcome. We'd love to welcome you, Carla. I see you here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Really appreciate you, Julia. Thank you for your comments. Thank you. Many congratulations for this great work. Thank you, Julia. We love you. You're in Ireland. I know. Send our love to the fairies. And Fergal, what a gent. Thank you for the work you're doing. Is there anybody else who would like to come and chime in? Would you like to close us with an Irish prayer, Juliet?
You've caught me off guard.
No, I do
Very
that.
jet lagged, etc. Just many, many blessings to all, and to all the fairies and all the nature spirits, and to all of our invisible, non-perceptible, but through the physical senses, brothers and sisters and family, all our relations. And thank you for your beautiful work.
Thank you, Juliet. Thank you for that. We needed those Irish spirits and those Kenyan spirits and all. We're bringing everyone around the world globally into this conversation. Thank you for generously. So blessings to everyone, and beautiful Sandra, you've showed up for us today to be with us. I know you're so busy. This is my editor from Light on Light magazine. This is beautiful Chamatkara, Sandra, who's helped me write my book and edit my book, and she comes from Sacred Feet Yoga with Swami Shraddhananda as her mentor, and Swami Prakashananda, and you're doing such great work. Thank you for your Reiki, for your healing. would you like to share anything with us today?
Just want to thank you for providing this space for us to connect together as one. It just reminds me from that yogic perspective that the feminine is the force and it is in every single one of us. And that force of that feminine will drive this movement in every aspect. To that balance and to that new shift of paradigm. And it just brings such a wellspring of hope in my heart and a sense of renewal. Even as the snow flies here in Pennsylvania, I feel like spring. And I thank you all for letting me join you today.
Thank you.
So blessed to
Thank you
have
for
your
being here.
energy, your spirit. This is our beautiful Dharma editor from Light on Light Press that published Light on Kundalini, Your Lifestyle Guide to Yoga and Awakening. That's my new book, and many other books are coming through this lovely being. Thank you, Chamatkara. Thank you for your blessings. If you like, you can put us in the chat as and do anything, share anything you'd like. Anybody, you can put anything in the chat. So that gives us a closing. Does anybody else want to jump in and say hello? Thank you, Christy, for sharing. Ladies, Diana, would you like to add anything?
Let's see.
I just love to share that we are putting together a glorious summit in followed by the 15th annual Magdalene Moonrise Easter service on Easter Sunday, where we celebrated as the moon rises, where the risen Christ is celebrated as the sunrise. But now we establish the balance and harmony between the divine masculine and the divine feminine by having a ceremony when the moon rises on Easter. So we do hope, and it will be here in this global fire room.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
3 to 5:30 p.m. on Easter Sunday afternoon, Pacific time.
Great.
So I don't know what time that is for the different people, but anyway, we'd love to have you
Thank you.
join us.
Is
And
that
I'll put the link to the
Thank
website.
you. Thank you,
Thank
Jane.
you.
Thank you very much for your help today. Thank you to Shonda. Thank you to the Global Fire Room. We'll be continuing with the healing ceremony next Thursday that Candace will join us with, and her guests who she invites in. And down the road, we'll have Lori Layden from her trauma work in Rwanda, and so many more guests joining us on a monthly basis in the ceremony room, which is the first Thursday of every month today. And then this healing room. And then don't forget about Connect Fest is the third Thursday. And that's super cool. We have some amazing people that come into that, what we used to call town hall, but now we've changed the language. Connect Fest sounds better. So yes, that's what's going on. And the fourth
I want to,
Thursday is
if
the
I could,
proclamation. Yes, go ahead, please.
share about the Connect Fest.
Yes.
We're having Cynthia Lucas, who's the film producer of the movie about Gandhi's wife. She interviewed over 500 women that knew Gandhi's wife, and it turns out it was Gandhi's wife who confronted his patriarchal behavior with her and taught him how to operate nonviolently in creating the movement. But it was the women that she gathered that actually launched the movement. So we find out the truth behind this man was this incredible woman and the work that she did. It's awesome. So please come. It's very important for us to learn about Kasturba and the work that she did to get her husband off his patriarchal stance and to get him to work nonviolently.
Would you like to put her name in the chat, please?
Sure.
Thank you so much. And that ceremony will be on March 20th.
Right. Thank you.
So that's at 12 Eastern. That's our Connect Fest. So mark your calendars. That, and then the healing ceremonies next week on the 13th of March. So mark your calendars to stay tuned in and really weave in your wisdom here. Bring your circle forward. We have these beautiful circles that you can and volunteer. You can start a vegan circle. You can start a weaving circle. You can start a singing circle. You can do anything. Just bring it forth, right, Jane? And it's just super, super effective. Very excited to have our new town hall, our next town hall. Last one was with John Perkins, and he left us with use this energy. Never get pulled down with this energy that's going on. Bring it up. And that's why we breathe this pranic breath above this crown. And we bring this wisdom forth. It's so important. So we've got this beautiful
Sisters, I am 8 minutes late to another commitment. I have to close the room, please.
That's very lovely. Thank you for letting us stay so long. So grateful, Shonda. Blessings, everyone. So
Bye,
much
blessings.
love. And
Thank
yes,
you.
we will be recording March 8th. See you then. Mwah. Bye. Thank you, Shonda. God bless you. You're